What's up, comic book fans, and welcome to Comics Icons. Now, JJ, what they call me, and today we got more gang war. This time with the amazing Spider-Man number 43. And if you guys need to get caught up on the war, then I'll put a card at the top of the screen, as well as a link to the playlist at the end of this video. And if my voice sounds a little bit crazy today, please forgive me. I'm dealing with a little bit of a cold, but we got to keep this thing rolling. But as a quick little refresher for you guys, at the very beginning of this war during First Strike, the daughter of Tombstone, Janice Lincoln, aka Beetle, was tasked with killing her fiance, Randy Robertson, because he had been the main voice in trying to get the superheroes legalized in New York City. And if you're wondering how superheroes became outlawed, then check out my series on Devil's Reign. You won't be disappointed because it was a super dope story. But even though Janice couldn't put down her fiance, Hammerhead had his men take out Randy instead. And although he didn't die, he still got shot up pretty bad. But in issue 42, after seemingly being put against the ropes by the son of Kingpin, the Rose, Janice caught a lucky break when Kingpin pulled his son out of this war, which gave Janice a new heavy hitter on her team by way of Digger. Then we also found out that Shotgun was originally sent to kill Madam Mask, but was put under a spell which kept him under her control. And lastly, the issue ended as we were about to get one big showdown between Janice's crew and Madam Mask's crew in Central Park. So if you guys are ready to see who comes out on top of this gang war melee, then you know what time it is. Let's get it. So we start this issue with Spider-Man visiting an unconscious Randy in the hospital before he heads out to this big showdown. Then, as he's leaving, he lets Randy's father Robbie know that after all this is over with, he's not leaving Randy's side until he wakes up. We transition over to Central Park, and it's going down. Madam Mask uses some witchcraft and says some magic words that unleash Silvermane and Nefaria. But then those guys are quickly tackled by Digger. Then we see Beetle go straight for Madam Mask. But Mask uses those new gauntlets made for her by Rabble to quickly put down Beetle, and then Digger as well. And just as it looks like a quick and easy win for Madam Mask, the heroes show up, and they start busting everybody's ass. Then we get a few nice little one-on-one battles as the team starts to pair off with an opponent. And we see Spider-Man beeline straight for Madam Mask and quickly webs up and disables one of her gauntlets. Then Miles matches up with Rabble, who he's got some real history with, while Daredevil takes on Silvermane and Spiderwoman takes on Count Nefaria. Then Tombstone, he goes after Shotgun, the man that shot him at his daughter's wedding, which opened the door for this gang war in the first place. And Tombstone is putting a pause on Shotgun, just beating the brakes off this dude. And as he roughs him up, the sigil that was placed on Shotgun starts to rub off, removing the spell that Madam Mask has over him. And now he has no idea where the hell he's at or how he got there. And he tells Tombstone that he was working with a government agency and Tombstone was never supposed to be his target. But Madam Mask, she used her sigil to control him. The organization knew that Tombstone was slowing things down and playing it safe, but they were much more worried about his daughter, which of course doesn't help his case to stop getting his ass kicked by Tombstone, who continues to beat down when his daughter is brought up. Then we go back to Spider-Man, who now has Madam Mask running, but she still has another trick up her sleeve when she calls in the Owl, who's also under her spell. But that ends up being a wasted breath as Spider-Man takes down Owl in no time and then continues his pursuit of Madam Mask. But then we see Beetle, who's about to jump back into this fight when she's approached by her father Tombstone. He noticed that while her people were out there fighting, she's hanging back, but she lets him know that it's a part of her plan. She's waiting for a chance to take down Madam Mask, and what she doesn't need right now is a lecture from him. Then he starts to explain to her that he was so worried about her seeing who he had become to get in this position that he never noticed what it was that she was becoming, and he never wanted her to become like him. But at this point, she's not trying to hear it and tells him that she was once a little girl who cared about what he wanted her to be, but now that little girl is long gone, and there's nothing that he can do about it now. But she quickly found out that that was a poor choice of words, because as she tries to walk away, Tombstone grabs her by the wings and straight up rips them off. Then he tells her that whoever wins today is gonna own everything, and they're gonna have to be a monster to keep it. But that's not you, Janice. Then he smacks her in the back of the head, knocking her unconscious, and then continues, "It's me." And ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the issue. So what did you guys think of this issue? And how are you feeling about this gang war so far? Looks like Tombstone is about to have to go back to his old ways and reestablish his dominance. But you guys tell me, whose gang war issues are you guys liking the most out of this series so far? Is it Peter Parker's Spider-Man, or Miles Morales' Spider-Man, Spider-Woman, Daredevil, Luke Cage, or Shang-Chi's? Me personally, while I admit that Peter Parker's issues are furthering this gang war as a whole, I really like the storyline that Spider-Woman is dealing with right now, with Hydra taking her son and turning him into a villain. That's pretty deep. But I still stand by my original feelings that the Daredevil series is coming with the best artwork out of all of them. So y'all also let me know which series that you think has the best art as well. But as always, if you enjoyed this video and this channel, and you'd like to support the channel, then you could do so by joining the new channel membership called the Iconic Fan Club. And with it, you'll gain access to weekly live streams, loyalty badges, member shoutouts, and more. Or you can donate to the channel with a super thanks. And if you're not able to do that, and you can also help the channel out by dropping a like, share, and subscribing to Comics Icons for more icons in the comic book world. But ladies and gentlemen, it's about that time. I'm out.